and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another beautiful evening of Formula Sundays. Tonight we are in Brazil. We're having a sprint race and the normal race, and we're having Hansen in the casting with me.
Yes, hello. I'm happy to be here again.
Yeah.
What are we going to expect from the drivers today?
To be honest, I don't know. Fortunately, we're gonna have, a little bit of a test race maybe, but like sprint race, of course, being shorter. Gonna give us a little bit of a preview about how the main race will. Let me active in.
That is actually true. This sprint race will already tell us a lot about the upcoming main race. I didn't think about that. But Rapid will be the first one setting a lap. And as usual, he is probably going to be the one who is getting the pole or setting the fastest lap. I know Jannemann practiced for the race, not for quali lap, and Seagull usually is also a very, very fast contender. But actually, I'm looking forward to see Fanta driving today.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just kind of happy that Rapid is still around. Of course, a very frustrating disconnect resulting in disqualification last week round. And
I hope it's not happening again.
Yeah, and I do hope so as well. I think like the main concern why he wasn't gonna drive anymore was potential disconnects coming up for him somewhat frequently from now on. But yeah, but we'll have him at least for tonight. Keeps the championship at least a little bit interesting, given that Seagull now has a sizable lead. That I think Rapid really needs to win every single race for now, from here on out. I'll actually have a look.
Fanta now the first one who is going to set the first fastest lap. Because Rapid went into the pits and he had a lockup and slided with his rear. This might be not his fastest lap.
Yes, sprint quali, of course, usually is a little bit of an issue with time. You don't get as many runs in, you don't have as many tire compounds, so yeah, you usually get like 2 runs at most. There is a very mixed group of medium and soft runners, if I call it correctly, running around. Or is everybody on the mediums?
Right now, except for Belief, everyone is on mediums. And Belief already 8/10 faster than Emil's here. If I remember correctly, and if I saw correctly, Belief is one of the reserve drivers who is actually very, very fast, no?
Yeah. I think he does have decent times all around. Did not see him drive much, unfortunately, so far, because he's absent most weekends. Honestly, I was kinda expecting Aris to be back here. He at least told me in VC the last time around that he does rather like Brazil, and looking forward to drive here. Well, it is what it is. Probably working as well. Seagull's gonna come over the line now. We're gonna see how the medium benchmark looks like. And it is pole position for him, even ahead of Belief there.
Rapid now started his fastest lap, or his fast lap. Let's see, he's also on the mediums, let's see if he can beat Seagull here. The minimap says that he has a purple first sector, so it's looking good. I'm not quite sure what Seagull's time in the first sector was, but right now it's looking very good for Rapid.
Yeah, I mean, I think the game always tells you you have a purple sector if you drive a personal best, which is
I know
kinda...
it's in the top right, but on the map it should be incorrect always.
No,
Also there?
yeah, I mean, we're gonna see if he's coming out P2 now. This is all
Yeah.
a big scam.
Because I remember that it was
Okay, no.
on the top right. It was. I can watch in the race director. That points.
And maybe I'm misremembering as well. Maybe they fixed it.
It is not fixed, but Rapid has the fastest first and third sector
Yeah,
compared
okay.
to Seagull.
I was about to say, like, for Rapid it's probably just a coincidence because he's actually going the fastest. But I think it should show for everybody who's driving PVs. Speaking of driving PVs, I don't think anybody is doing just that right now. Maybe Mofa? That's not good neither.
It doesn't look that Jannemann is going to set a lap here. Or is he actually waiting to go out for like one fast lap and then just with softs?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, like, honestly, by Believe's run, I assume everybody has at least one medium and a singular soft tire for this qualifying. But I guess it's all gonna come down to the soft run, and they're gonna show us.
Mofa is actually on the faster lap. He's half a second up on his time. That would put him actually in P6. Or maybe P7. I'm not quite sure because my math is not 100% correct here, but I think he should be P6. Right in front of Emil's.
I mean, it's not that far too louder neither. In fact, most of the midfield rather close together. Don't think you want to take as much curb there, but probably didn't hurt him too much. Definitely don't want to take a wall there.
You definitely don't want to, and it's just enough for P7 here. He lost a lot in just one corner.
Eric here, like semi-spinning his car into the middle sector. And it did look like it sort of benefited him, but we're gonna see on the delta here, the second sector. That is not looking great. I mean, he needs a banger exit now to actually make anything happen, but at this point you probably better just dive into the pits, yeah, and try one more time very late into the qualifying. So let's see Jalke, who has also not really consistently driven all races, but it seems like he's now on the one and only lap here. Soft tire on and not much time to do anything else after this one.
Is he up on his time? He has not set a time, so I don't know.
He's not taking too much curbs here. I have heard that they kill you in this game very frequently, which I never respect, honestly, but that's probably also why I'm bad at the game.
I actually don't know, because the last time I drove in Brazil was not in F1. And the curbs are not killing you in hypercar.
Fair. The Alk coming out here in P8, just behind Mofa. Could have certainly looked for a tiny bit more, maybe, but yeah, it's not horrible performance by him here neither, if nobody behind him still improves, but I personally expect Marcellion to improve from here on out still.
Leaving the pits right now.
Who?
He's going for Jannemann. He's going for a one-shot qualifying.
Oh. Everybody as they need it.
Who's on a fast lap right now?
Should be pretty much everybody who isn't on an outlap yet. Marcellion and Rapid are. Emils is now as well. Bats is. Marcellion already 2/10 up on his personal best. Puts him into the P5 area already. And the Senna S is a mysterious little place where you can just randomly gain half a second by hitting slightly better lines.
I'm not sure what I was watching, but I think Rapid is not attempting this lap, and he will go for the next lap because he had some problems.
Marcellion is flying though. 0.6 50 up here. This is a 0.6 I guess right now. 07.6 could be in the range of Seagull.
For P3.
Oh.
He is 0.002 of a second behind Seagull.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate.
That is flying that you're not seeing that often.
Our Seagull is improving anyways though, so I don't think it would have sticked anyways. Seagull is definitely gonna take provisional pole here. Rapid again will have the opportunity to fire back once more, but he needs a 0.4 improvement. And as of now, he only has 0.02.
Believe is not going to improve his lap with on the medium tire.
Oh, Rapid, 0.3 up here. This is just about enough if he did hit this exit well. He could be about half a tenth ahead of Seagull here. It's going to be very close regardless. Is Rapid going to go into the 106s? He is not, but it is still enough for pole position. Fanta did improve as well. And yeah.
Jannemann did not set a time here. He will start last.
That's not helping his championship aspirations, but I guess Hussein is not there today, and like P1 is pretty much out of reach anyways.
Lauda was 0.3 up, but it was still not enough. I'm not sure why, because this time didn't change and I didn't see why. That's why I'm a little bit confused. But
no, Lauda did improve though, I think. What, or did he? Okay, no. Maybe he must have thrown it away. Maybe he was invalid. We'll never find out.
Jannemann has joined.
Jannemann has joined?
That's interesting. Yes, Jannemann has joined.
Oh, he was just he was just connected then. Well, regardless, he disconnected straight in front of Rapid apparently, as I can read in the Discord. It was still enough for his pole lap out of Seagull, Fanta. Marcellion on 4, I think, is very happy with that as well. And his Believe and Emil's third row. Fourth row, Mofa and Bats. Two people usually. I'm not even sure. I guess they qualify in the top 10 sometimes, but very good positions for them as well here to start for the sprint race. Of course, only the top 8 gets points in this one, so start in a few positions further up, giving you a good position to grab some points.
I want to tap it. I don't see. Yeah, now I'm back. So, Rapid starting first. How many laps are there in the sprint race? Like 20?
It is a third of the race distance, in our case, a third of a 50% race.
Oh, so it's 12, probably.
Yeah, it is not much. I'm not entirely sure myself right now. But it should be around 10 laps, I'd say. A little bit more. So it should be a 6th overall, right? I think it's like, is it 71 laps around here? 100% race?
It's
So,
72.
72, yeah, then it's exactly 12 here. Oh, Seagull driving without setup. Harry apparently getting banned for readying up too early. Yeah, okay, so, I don't know. I assume this is gonna be a no-stopper. So it's definitely a little bit of a bold idea of Seagull, Yalk, and Yanneman, who I guess needs bold ideas if he is starting from last, to start on softs. But we're gonna see.
I don't know actually. I mean, Brazil is actually a tire eater, but soft should be fine for a sprint race. Even though I would prefer the medium tire, but softs definitely do the job here.
Well, I guess like Seagull said he's AFK, so he forgot to change anything about strategy and setup. I assume he's just been given the standard soft setup then. Yanneman is probably desperate because he's starting last and needs to do something. And for Yelk, we're gonna see, but we're gonna see now. It's the lights are on. They're going out, and is Seagull actually winning the start with his tire advantage? It looks like it. Into turn 1, he's already ahead. But can Rapid hold position here? He can. Comes back into the second turn of the Senna S. Marcian here now in decent position to overtake on Fanta. Oh, and there is an Alpine coming out with a lot of overspeed there. Believe onto the inside of Marcian. Cars exploding there apparently, but I didn't see any major contact. And yeah, everybody got away very nicely, I'd say.
I just let you keep talking because my cars are again jumping back and forth all the time.
Great. Yeah, let's just jump onto Yanneman's car, I think. This is gonna be probably promising the most overtakes. Oh my god, we saw a horrible snap of Mofa's car there into the wall. And that is position number 1 for the McLaren driver. But yeah, what I'd assume is that he's going to be eating up positions left and right, as he should have a little bit better pace than the cars ahead. And of course, the better tires for now. A lot of smoke coming out, and there goes Cherry, who just, yeah, surrenders the position. Yanneman there not taking advantage of Cherry losing the car for safety reasons, and yeah, we'll get the position in the end anyways, even though they lose a second. in the process. You back already?
No.
Okay. So let's look into the midfield a little bit then here, maybe with Emils. He's just behind Marslian. Oh, but he's just gonna be following. For now, it is DRS on the big straight now, activated. We've had it on the first straight as well. I'm actually not even sure what the better overtaking spot is, like both from an execution standpoint and a tactical standpoint. Do you want to overtake on the start-finish straight or into turn 4?
I might get kicked. No, I'm not getting kicked. Okay. I am.
You only now
on
left
a
for me.
Vita. I only left for you?
Just
Oh,
now.
I left, okay. Nice. I came back, I just left. Okay. I was on emails, who I think tried to overtake Marslian, but I'll be back.
Yeah, Seagull unsuccessful into turn 4 here. Definitely, I don't know, probably didn't need to stick a wheel there, but was given plenty of room by Rapid. The RS train is still riding high. Janeman has closed up to the train again as well, now coming up into his teammate. And honestly, the clouds are like sort of dark. I think Brazil is like kinda rain prone as well. Not sure if we're gonna get rain in this sprint. This was maybe a reason for the soft tire.
It might be, but I don't think so.
12 laps, it really needs to like start raining in the next 2 laps or so. Just not much room to play with otherwise. Oh my god, Janeman flashing forwards. Almost into Galxer.
I try window first.
A little bit of a dive by Janeman here, but not working out. It's definitely not making it easier that we can barely tell where Bro even is. Let's move up to our front runners again. Banter seems like he has a lot of speed here. I mean, Seagull, of course, like, if he was AFK, he's not gonna have any setup. He's definitely struggling on the straights. Cherry retired in the pits. Did a tiny mistake at the start and now is just, yeah, torn away from the DRS train. That has torn apart as well, though. Lauda and Bats there. The drivers causing a little bit of a gap between the cars. Top 6.
I have no clue how to fix this, but it got a little bit better.
Okay. So, we're just about halfway through the race then. Really goes quickly, I guess, for the sprint, as it's supposed to, I guess, as well.
I mean, it's only 12 laps, so it goes by very fast. And this soft runners should run into some problems for now, because the tire advantage now is going to come.
Huh?
And Fanta will probably go and overtake Seagull at some point.
Yeah, he might.
Mofa having a problem.
Interestingly enough, Rapid is just able to maintain the lead without even swapping positions around on the DRS straights with Seagull, which usually normally happens on tracks with long and strong DRS straights. So Cherry, in case you wondered why I retired, I was too far behind to catch, had 0 pace, studying the lines of other people now. Okay, yeah. he's scouting for the main race. Mofa retired as
Oh.
well. Oh my god, there is a Lauda in the wall. Yeah, Lauda spun there. Cherry, don't copy that line.
Yeah, Mofa also was like 30 seconds away. I think he
Yeah,
had
he pitted
a
already.
spun or something. So, oh, he pitted already. Well, then never mind. Then he just probably thought like there's no sense of doesn't make
Yeah,
sense to just keep going.
the race is too short to make up a time loss like that, honestly. For main race, I guess like everything can happen. Safety car can come and stuff. But, like for this, half of the race time, a safety car won't even come out, even if it is necessary, because it's too close to the end of the race. So yeah, you're just in no man's land.
We actually only have two DRS trains here. Jannemann is not catching up as fast as I thought. I thought he's a bit quicker,
Yeah.
but maybe just because he had to fight through some people, and I just saw it's not about
I am
him.
also not entirely sure if Brazil is his preferred track, honestly. But I may be wrong here. Does Seagull
Jannemann
take him the
probably-
lead for once in a long while? Jannemann retired. Wow.
He had big snaps in the last corner, and I think he just wants to change something.
It looked like he was
fighting
also
now.
heavily lagging, but yeah. Jannemann has left the session. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna come back then, if Jeanette is acting up. I'm sure he's gonna let us know somehow whether that's the case.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. If Rapid and Seagull are fighting, it actually makes a window for Fanta to overtake both of them on the start-finish straight. So, is Fanta going to be close enough is the question, because
Or Seagull for
is
sure.
losing. Is losing Rapid here. At least in Sector 2. And that might be a problem for Seagull if he can't keep up with Rapid. But that is also something that Fanta can take advantage of, because he has the tire advantage.
Yeah, but Seagull, as long as he has DRS, it's hard to overtake him at all. Main straight, definitely need to try to stay within the slipstream for as long as you can. He moved out a little bit early last lap round.
Believe with some snaps and contacts, but nothing too serious. Marcelian and Emils are close and can keep up to the train. Eric being alone on the track, basically, because it doesn't look like Butts is catching up quickly. And yeah,
He has the 3 second
No.
time penalty though, so there's still a race to be had for Bats here for an extra point. He can stay within 3 seconds of Eric. 3 laps here. Jannemann is also back, so while the ping issues may prevail, so does he. I mean, I'm not sure, maybe he did get like a front wing damage in all the fights in the beginning. Couldn't be bothered more. I'm not at all. Yeah, we're just interpreting
yeah, that might be.
things. So when will it happen? Yeah, I mean, Fanta and Seagull are both only 0.4 behind Rapid, or well, Seagull respectively. Surely they can make some move.
gets worse and worse with the lagging. Because for me, Seagull was like just 1 car length behind Rapid, but the interval showed me he was 1.1 second behind. So
Yeah, no, the interval is lying. It's 0.2 right now between both Fanta Seagull. Oh, and Eric with another time penalty. It's not going well for him here. Now he has to worry to even get points because Lauda is within 4.5 seconds of him still as well. So he may not even be ending up in the point scoring position at all.
now I'm stuck in the confirm changes. Green. I think just my GPU is kinda cooked. Not gonna lie.
It might be. I mean, this sounds more like connectivity issues, but yeah, who knows. So, Fanta, Seagull, on Rapid, maybe. One more try. It's about time now. Last lap has just started. And, well, I don't know. If anyone wants to take that win, they gotta hurry, I guess.
I think Seagull and Fanta have a good chance to take the win here, but
Oh, Belief coming through here on the inside. Fanta's taking an L for this one. And I think that's about it for his good chances that he projected to win this one. With now 2 cars, or rather 3 cars ahead of him. I think it's going to be very hard for him to make it happen. Smart move by Belief though. He does have some errors as well.
Podium.
Eric just received a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Let us see then. Believe here. I did get a slight snap there on the exit. I was gaining big time on Seagull though, but is it going to be enough? I don't think it is. It's going to be P3 for him. Dominant race by Rapid here, I have to say. Barely any switches of P1 there. It kept Seagull behind all the time. And yeah. One slight inattention by Fanta costs him P3 here. Oh yeah, okay, Seagull did actually not mean to start on the softs, so I guess that is about as well as he could have done with the tire choice he was given. So, Rapid gains 1 point back onto Seagull in the championship. Let me look on my phone real quick actually what the standings exactly are. So we have currently gotten Seagull 14 points ahead of Rapid. So that's going to be 13 points with that. And yeah, so that makes Rapid still mathematically able to just win the championship on his own. With 2 wins and 1 fastest lap. He's just going to claim it no matter what Seagull does. So yeah, even though it got shafted last time around by the disconnect, still well in contention for the win here.
with only 13 points behind Seagull, it should be definitely doable for him. How many races are left? Like 1.
This one and next week.
Yes, next week is the mysterious one.
Yeah, next week is a surprise race.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, surprise, it's gonna be Monaco.
I just wanted to ask, is it possible that Monaco can be...
I think if I draw Monaco, I'm probably drawing a new circuit.
I think Rapid is going to go. Like he loves Monaco, so he's probably going.
I'm not sure if he
Angry.
does on this game. I think he generally does love nothing on this game, I guess. As most players. But yeah. I am not sure, of course. Would be kind of cinema. Just, but Monaco would be such a boring title decider. Like, it's just Rapid's gonna qualify P1 as he usually does, and then we sleep through 40 laps of no action.
That is true.
Like, I don't know. Even though like I catch myself getting like low-key hyped about Monaco, it's only because it's such a shit track. Like, it just should not exist. Get this thing off the calendar.
Monaco would be fun to watch, I think. If there's chaos and the people are not
Yeah, but
retiring.
the top end is too good for chaos, and well, the rest is not fighting for a championship. No front, guys.
That is true.
Yeah, like either they just make the streets around there 2 meters wider, or they make the cars way smaller again, and then I think it can be a good race. I mean, it is a good race for Formula E, but yeah, just not for F1. Oh, Fanta, first one to set a lap here. They're just approaching the last few turns. Coming out of sector 2, so there's a 51.4, not shabby. And yeah, it's very grey out there. I'm just saying, maybe we see rain and quali or in the race. I personally would like rain in the race more than in the quali, because rain in the quali just makes the quali absolutely obsolete at some point.
It would be a little bit fun.
Nah.
Okay, I have the lowest graphics settings now, and I still have 20 FPS.
Okay, that is an issue. Maybe swap it back to windowed borderless, or whatever you swapped around last time.
It doesn't work. It's just the things I have no clue why it's happening. I might have to test for next week when I swap the GPUs again, if the 2080 works better than the 3070.
Oh, I think I have a 3070 as well. Oh, I've been instructed to send it into a invite for MQ, so we are gonna get a 14th driver on this grid. Yeah, just in time even, and still qualify most likely. Let's look what Mofa is cooking. He is about to finish his lap. Yeah, and invalidates at the most avoidable point of the track, I guess. Would have been enough for P4 for now. Let's see, Marseillan has just started his next top lap.
Do you think you are able to screen share the game via Discord?
What?
During the stream.
Okay. I'm not sure what resolution my PC can handle. I'm just gonna give you the 30 FPS 720p performance.
That's totally fine for me, but then I can actually see the race and without lagging, then I can commentate it with you.
Okay. So Marcian here. I think slightly slower than Fanta's Sector 2 Delta. Gonna come over the line, and there we have him. MQ is here in the Ferrari. And Marcian in the end is indeed gonna be slightly slower than Fanta on his first hot lap.
Believe with a 1.7.3.
Yep.
Only 3/10 of the sprint pole position lap. I think everyone will improve their times now, and let's see what a Rapid and Sega can do.
I guess
when they are
it
going
is really condition dependent, honestly, right? Like, it's definitely more cloudy than the previous qualifying. I think like they do simulate like track temperature and stuff, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So probably slightly worse for grip out there right now. Oh, Yelk
Oh,
parked in the pit lane. What the hell?
that is interesting.
Maybe
he
he
just
went
spun.
for outlap and then was AFK and then just stood in the pit exit. Because that's how it looks.
That might happen, but maybe he just was too fast on the 40 and then just spun after getting the control again, after turning off the pit limiter. It happened to me, so I can understand when it's happening. Hunter here on a fast lap. We saw a Mercedes, a Sherry, crossing the line and probably for a fast lap now. And now Fanta. Did he improve in his in the first sector? I didn't see. But
I did
he's
not see
still
neither.
going.
Both of Rapid and Seagull still haven't set a lap yet.
Fanta only 2/10 off from the provisional pole position. He's 0.15 ahead of his time. Can he make it? Was the last corner enough to give him the provisional pole? He's coming down the straight now and crossing the line with
Ah, 2000s.
only 2000s off the time.
That is unfortunate.
He's going to sit in his chair and thinks, fuck, I could have done better in at least one corner.
Well, not his last run anyways. I think basically everybody here is gonna get a third run in at some point. Track evolution, I think, is also a thing on quali that factors quite hard into this. So it is getting quicker and quicker to just set a lap. The longer qualifying goes on. Let's see, Jannemann. That is P3 for now. Not too bad there. But yeah, Seagull just started his hot laps. Probably gonna do something about that.
17.5. This is 2 times slower than Rapid's Sector 1 in his pole position lap. Well, let's see. It looks like he's using his rear to slide, to turn, make him slide and to make the car turn faster. That slows the car a little bit down, but you can exit the corner actually a little bit faster. So is he going to take the provisional pole here, because the lap doesn't look that much faster, and it was not that much faster, only 200ths, almost 200ths of a second faster than Believe.
Well, Marcian, half a tenth up after the first sector, is now approaching the end of the second. He does have a lot of ERS, honestly, but okay, never mind. Maybe he's just managing like crazy in his hot lap. 1.5 tenths up currently with the ERS usage he puts out right now. He could even get Emil's maybe. Yup. P5 for the Red Bull. And let's see the other Red Bull who is on an invalid lap. So let's see something else instead.
But it just looks like it is an invalid lap because he keeps going fast.
Yeah, because he does not have too much time left. Probably planned on getting 2 runs in, which is gonna get awfully tight now.
And it's now with the 70% ERS left. He's not up on his time, but maybe he can improve in the last corner and on the last straight. With DRS and overtake, he might be able to beat Marcel Jan, who was just 4 hundredths up on his time. Looks very good, and 110. He beat Marcel Jan to 4P5 and is close to Jan.
So let's see. Eric rolling out the Williams again through the Senna S. And yeah, honestly it looked rather decent. We of course do not have a comparison to his previous best run because he does not have any valid laps yet.
But right now he's 2 tenths down, at least in the first sector, to Seagull. So let's see what he can get out in in sector 2 and sector 3. He's not having that much DRS as the other guys here.
Yeah.
He's not
I
saving
think
that much.
some of them just turn it off in the middle sector so that you get less wheel spin in the technical turns and you get enough time to spend everything you need on this final straight here anyways. And it's a 108.05, so just about 100th behind his teammate. We could watch Fanta yet again, so...
That's not up on his time.
Oh, he is
But-
probably not on a run then, abandoned his run. Or he either did just improve or is about to go for another run.
Looks like he's going for another one. He is up on his time in sector 1 now. Oh, he is probably abandoning this one.
Yep.
He still
Oh.
has enough time to get in and out again.
Yeah. Batsia. 1.5 tenths up currently. This is just about enough to get in range of MQ. He can manage.
Maybe.
And yeah.
Oh, he's also able to beat Cherry here.
Let's see. Morpha is probably on an in-lap here. So I guess there is currently no one really on a hot lap. Just MQ and Lauda, who are both on out laps.
Lauda will be the first one to set a fast lap then again.
Janneman now exited the pits as well, so there's going to be the McLaren coming up soon. I think Bats is going to go into the pits at the end of this lap. And yeah, I think
Lauda
we're...
improved on his... No, wait. That made no sense. He was on outlet. And Lauda is not improving this one, and
Nah,
he is...
he's not improving at all anymore. His front wing end plate is just chilling in the grass.
I mean, it's very slippery on the first turn, so... It's quite... You have to get the feeling of the throttle when the car...
Someone tell MQ that he does not have ERS activated. Okay, apparently he
Maybe-
just abandoned his hot lap immediately, I guess. Well, gives us more time to look at Janneman maybe? Why is Janneman slow?
Ooh,
Is that how you start a hot lap?
No, he is also not using ERS.
Okay, so he's just
Is it
waiting
just-
another lap then, I guess. Maybe
I
took too much
guess.
fuel? I am not entirely sure why you would do such a thing. So
Is it a weird coincidence
next,
that no one is using oh, Marcella is not, okay. Even Rapid is not used. Oh, Rapid turned on
yeah.
ERS right now, so
I mean,
it's
I
not
think
just the bug.
I think you're like pretty tight on ERS if you drive a full hot lap here, so you probably don't want to turn it on all the way on the straight, just to not burn through the tank unnecessarily.
Rapid should be tight in the first sector with Seagull. Should be almost the same time. So let's see what he can get in the next two sectors. I think the first corner here, going to the technical part, was a little bit too much curve. But since I'm not as fast, not even close as fast.
This one does not look good though. Like he did get a little snap in the steering. It's probably somehow still just gonna be like, yeah, top of the shelf. But oh no, he actually stopped using ERS, and he's gonna go for another hot lap. Yeah, nobody's getting hot laps on their first attempts here. One last attempt.
That is actually interesting.
Yeah.
If Rapid can't get this lap together, he will start dead last. If he just makes one mistake.
Oh. Yeah, definitely getting close to it there with the amount of curb on the outside he took. It's so satisfying to see this turn driven cleanly though. Takes all the curbs a slight little bit far to the inside here as you're supposed to.
A little snap.
Yeah, okay. That is just absolute grief by... it's probably an AI even, right? Like, if you finished... Yeah, the AI drives for you. That's just unfortunate. That is the 100% pole gone for Rapid, and that's of course making it very hard for him to go
Super unlucky for him.
for the championship.
I would not... that was not expected.
To be fair, like, okay, I mean, of course, I get that you're, like, frustrated when there's just a slow car in front, but honestly, if he continued on after the initial contact, he probably still could have gotten a P6 or 7 time.
I think the problem was that his tires were just locking, and then he had this little snap. I think he just didn't expect the AI to have to be there and be so slow. So and then he just put the foot a little bit too hard on the brakes, and then he snapped. Then he had the snap and kinda aborted the fast lap that just puts him right behind Sherry and makes it for him a last to first challenge. There are enough laps to still get first here, and I don't think Rapid will give up that easily here.
Yeah, I mean, everything can happen. Can be fun, I guess, to go last to first, but of course, in the context of you basically having to win the last remaining races to take the championship, yeah, it's tough. So we're gonna be...
He just wants to make it very intense.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing the feature race then, I guess. 36 laps is what it's gonna be. And yeah, I mean, there's definitely potential for safety cars and stuff to mix up the order a little bit. Maybe we're seeing another crash gate.
Cherry self-reported himself
Already? Okay.
for, yeah,
Oh yeah, for
because he
readying up.
readied up
Yeah.
too fast. That is very unlucky.
Well,
But I like that he is that honest.
yeah. Either way, I do miss the times before this rule was a thing. It's taken ages to go into the race. Or it feels like, given that we don't get a countdown either. Hey, Seeker, what the hell? That's the name I've not seen in a long time.
Actually, I think that the 30 seconds are enough to change your setup and the tires. Because you can just stay in that menu and don't have to go out of it. You can just stay in there.
No, I don't know.
That makes it quite easy.
If people were asking for it, I guess, who are we?
I mean, this is just a quality of life thing, I guess.
Yeah, you can make a cup of tea during setup selection. Graduate. I don't know. No.
And I'm still a little bit surprised that Sherry is going with the German flag, even though he is from Poland.
Yeah, no, he has been annexed.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
From what I've known. Spending like half the time in Germany anyways.
MQ got disqualified already.
Wonder what happened there.
That is interesting. Only 2 people.
But
Start with
the
hard fire
particles,
content.
when these guys like are going over the curbs, it just looks like they are, I don't know,
They lost
running
the
over.
wandering.
Yeah, the breaking balls or something. I don't know.
F124 is not a good game. At
No.
least not for like multiplayer. It's
No.
good when you play it alone.
It's like it did horrible on sales as well, so they are probably aware it wasn't a good game.
I had a lot of fun with the old handling model, and then they changed it.
Yeah, I guess
That-
the entire cast changed. But yeah, the last game before we got the new cars, I think, was like really good.
Like 21,
21?
yeah.
Yeah.
21, 20, and 2020 was great games.
Yeah, they were bugged as hell, but at least they were fun to drive.
And they were good to drive.
So. Here we are. Lights are going on. And they're out and away we go. Seagull seemingly getting an okay start here. Jannemann is already side by side into turn 1 though. Can Seagull stick around as Rapid did before? Yes, he holds P1. Rapid already up 2 position. Might get another here. Oh. That's not who I wanted to look at. Yep, here we are. Side by side with Cherry and MQ. Gets past both of them and on the inside. What a move there. A little bit ballsy for sure, trusting that the others give you the space to do this. But he is now up to P9, has already gained 5 positions in this very first lap. A lot of smoke flying from all the lockups. And Rapid is now stuck behind Lauda on hards. Gonna send a move here. Yeah, no chance for the
Didn't really
Alpine.
send it, but Lauda just let him pass.
Yeah.
And I think that's very nice from Lauda and actually a quite good move.
Honestly, I
Because-
think he knew he would just lose time battling Rapid. And like it was evident he was gonna send one. Lauda just took the normal racing line, and at the point of the apex there's just a car between you and the apex, and you just gotta give the space and go wide.
Contact between Emils and Eric almost lost the car, but still could get a hang, could keep the control and not going into the wall.
Further up, I think Belief just got a position on Fanta.
Looks like Yannaman is trying to fight to keep up with Seagull here. It seems not that easy.
Now
for
Rapid.
the top drivers to keep up with Rapid and Seagull.
Rapid trying to scare Emils out into a defensive move here. But Emils very calm and collected there. Is defending it about as well as you can. He did get sent deep here though. Oh, loses the car into Rapid there. This is big time loss for the two of them. Really unfortunate here for Rapid as well. Forced the mistake then, but the mistake sent the car across the track. He's now getting past. And will
Now
have
has-
to... Oh, this is a little bit of a late
This-
one. I will not lie.
I think he saw that on when Ronha did it in not Abu Dhabi, in Qatar, and just tried the same thing and hoped that Butts is staying out and but Butts saw just turned in because it was his corner, and then Rapid just went into the side of Butts. But
I mean, to be fair, he
Right.
was like barely even alongside at all under braking, so yeah, it was a rather late move. I would probably not have anticipated as well. But that's also like the thing, right? Rapid has such a different pace, brakes so much later, that like we saw it in the second Senna S turn, where he just pretty much almost rear-ended Bats just because he was getting on the throttle so much better.
yes, that's just a very big.
Oh my
Outside
god.
is Lauda just missed the braking point, I guess. and,
Nope, he banged wheel with MQ and got sand on the grass and then couldn't slow down.
That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I did to Fabian here once.
But Sherry took the advantage and overtook M2 here. Belief lost the DRS to Yanniman, who is very close to Seagull. Rapid still going for the late moves.
Well, he's trying to go around the outside here. This is rather hard. Okay, the Mercedes up there. Cherry here is definitely... He did study the wrong lines, I think it looked like. Was going on the grass there briefly. It's definitely not ideal. All of this is just bleeding time for Rapid.
If Enix can keep up with Rapid, Enix can get back to the front pack.
Oh, Yanneman now
just
past
overtook
Seagull.
Seagull.
Okay, 3 wide here into turn 1. Gonna be
Rapid going
MQ.
slower already.
Oh yeah, MQ missed the braking point big time though. This is gonna be Rapid's corner.
It was a very good move by
Yeah.
Rapid here.
Well
Going-
anticipated, yeah.
Yes. Forcing Sherry and MQ to cover the inside. And Emils is coming. And forcing both of them to have an earlier braking point or take the same and go wide. Or go too slow so Rapid can overtake from the outside. So very well done by Rapid here.
Yeah, also great defense here against the Emils. Left him just about enough space so that it is maximum awkward for Emils to stay side by side and given you take more speed on the outside line. Rapid just gets ahead again and then can easily force Emils to just slot in behind, keep the position. However, the attack probably is gonna get going again here for Emils. DRS activated.
Belief and Fanta also fighting in the DRS zones. They switched places now twice. Yanneman and Seagull doing the same. Doing some DRS games. Yeah, I think everything else in this field is quite calm actually.
I mean, there is a rather big train from P7 to P13. That's led by Rapid, and that's probably gonna eat up Eric at some point. And as soon as Rapid's past Eric, it's only really the top group left for him. Fanta is just about getting into the DRS window of Janneman again, which is gonna help Fanta and Believe, etc. To close up to the top runners again, but I don't think they've made it this time around. Nope, doesn't look like it. Believe flies by though. Should have gained at least some time.
Believe made it into the DRS. So maybe the train is, yes, they are in the DRS again. So another train just occurred and Eric is leading the second DRS turn.
Rapid caught up to Eric, who is admittedly losing time to Marcelian as well, so not quite on pace with the top runners here.
He's getting overtaken by Rapid on the straight.
At
I
latest,
don't think Rapid will
yeah.
go. I don't think Rapid will try. Never mind.
I was
Eric
about to
just
say,
let him pass.
unless Eric loses the car somehow and has to yield the position beforehand. I mean, I guess there will be a counter-attack here now. Maybe it was all just mind games by the Spaniard here.
I don't think there will be a counter attack.
Oh, I do think there will be one.
The ERS is on less power because it's under 10%. He does have the outside. Can't do the switchback because Rapid defends the inside and Rapid stays ahead. And now Eric with not enough ERS to counter attack on Rapid here.
Well, you can attack, but not successfully. Emils and Eric now side by side. Eric did get a little bit of the grass there. Ran wide as a result. Cherry the first one to pick up a corner cut penalty this time round.
Emil just
Oh
wants
my.
to stay with Rapid here to
Yeah.
catch up with the front runners.
I don't even think he's gonna try to go for overtaken moves.
I don't think either. He tried it once and it didn't work. So just staying behind Rapid here is probably more of an advantage than trying to fight
Yeah.
with Rapid.
I mean,
obviously.
in this half lap, I guess, Rapid gained 0.4 on Marcelian. So they're definitely getting closer.
And Marcelian and
Oh my.
Fanta are fighting.
Yep.
So they are getting closer, even faster now.
Yeah, admittedly they do gain on the main straight because of the DRS swaps, of course, that are not there for Rapid.
Believe now dropped very far out of the DRS of Janneman. 2 seconds already, and this might turn out to be a big problem for Rapid.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the crash that Rapid and Emils had, Rapid pretty much needed some sort of safety car or strategy mess up from the top runners to get back to them. Just lost too much time. Beforehand he was like in this exact position, 8th I think he was before, behind Emils and Eric. And but he was like, there was one train to P1. Now he has to close a big gap.
He also already gained 1 second in 1 lap, so it looks very good for him.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. He's losing on the straights and then winning big time in Sector 2.
I think that's a problem of the DRS today.
Yeah. Oh, Believe there. We've just saw him run wide slightly, sliding over the curb towards the outside. Eric now claiming his first penalty as well. Let's just go down into the field here for a bit. And behind
Actually,
Morpha there's
one-
another tiny train.
I was wondering when Eric gets his first penalty, but
Oh.
Collision with Sherry here, but no car is harmed.
Oh my. Eric
Eric
is
now
losing his car every corner though. His setup must be atrocious, honestly.
Or maybe he just doesn't really like Brazil. This is not looking good for him. Sherry now going for the overtake. Mofa will
yeah,
take
Mofa
advantage.
lifting,
It's
yeah.
Not quite because he has to lift. And now DRS with Mofa and Sherry overtaking Eric.
What? Yeah.
Mofa enough DRS to overtake Sherry. He has the inside line. He has to cover the inside line. Sherry is going, still going the inside. Now both side by side, but now in the pack, in the middle of the fight.
Oh, and here comes Lauda. What the
Overtaking
hell?
So fast, getting 4 people at once, keeping the inside, and this is an overtake by Lauda. What a move!
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, honestly. Oh my god, and the Williams
Oh,
are
no.
Ferrarying.
Williams, no. Eric.
I'm not sure if it was Eric's fault, honestly. I did not see everything of that incident, but yeah.
Maybe we will see in the reports.
Ooh, Emils and Rapid actually swapped position last lap, apparently. So that's gonna be a juicy little time gain for Rapid here, as he's gonna get DRS and Slipstream. I believe into the
maybe
pits, first one, the pit.
Maybe that's the plan of Rapid and Emails to catch up to the front guys, swapping with DRS on the main straight.
Yeah, I mean, generally swapping is always gaining you time. So it's good, but it of course requires both of you to be the same speed on the rest of the track. So Rapid is not gaining anything by DRS swaps if Emils is just losing 4/10 on his time in the middle of the track.
That's the thing about this track, because Emils overtakes on the main straight, and then Rapid again overtaking on the second DRS zone. That's
Yeah.
before the technical part. So this is actually a very good strategy of both of them to catch up to the front, or to P3 and 4.
I mean, the question now is whether they are catching up because they're actually catching up to even the leading group with Jannemann and Siegel, or they're catching up because Fanta and Marcian are bleeding time to Siegel and Jannemann as well. And now 3.5 seconds apart, gap growing ever larger, and well, it helps Rapid to get to P3, I guess, but if he's going for the win, I'm not entirely sure if he can make up all the time here as well. Probably would require Jannemann and Siegel to fight a little bit.
I think Rapid needs an undercut.
But
undercut
you
or
need to
safety
be in
car.
range for undercuts. Like, I don't
Rapid's pace
think you
should be
can
fast.
undercut 6 seconds, no? Like a little bit much.
You actually can. Like, if he goes like 2 or 3 laps into the pits before Seagull. and
Yeah,
Jannemann,
okay, but I guess
then
like,
he should be able.
why would Seagull not just react to Rapid? Rapid is like, I wouldn't say his only threat, but championship-wise, Seagull couldn't be bothered less about if he wins this, as long as he's ahead of Rapid.
Yeah, that's true.
Fanta to the pits.
May- 6 seconds is a lot of time. This is crazy. Maybe they're not. I mean, it's so hard to tell because here in Brazil you actually don't lose that much time in the pits.
Yeah.
And now Rapid couldn't even catch up to Emils here. So
Well, he
that
didn't
might
use
be
any
the win.
ERS at all, though. Like, I don't think he necessarily tried. Probably gonna recharge his battery a little bit. And, yeah. I mean, at this point, you gotta look what your teammate does strategy-wise as well. They can't double stack at this point. They're way too close together.
That is cool. I'm not sure how long you can actually. Oh, Seagull and Janneman going into the pits. Rapid and Marcelian both going for the overcut. Because if one of them should have went into the pits too.
Yeah, I mean, it's now a matter of time, I guess. If either of them think their tires are super good still, they can, of course, go 2 extra laps, but, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about like F1 games, because if you feel like the tires are still good, it doesn't mean that they are fast. That's one thing that is a little bit not really realistic about it, but if they still feel good, this just means most of the time that you're not like having snaps in anything, and most of the time just having the fresher tire is faster. So this is an undercut by Seagull. That probably means that Rapid is going to lose time if he's not pitting now.
And Rapid's going in, Marcelian stays out for his teammate here. Well, that was a spot-on braking into the pits there. Yalk could now play a huge role for Rapid if he just holds up Janneman and Seagull, but I don't think that's helped much.
Maybe, just maybe, Marcelian stays out.
Oh, he does the
And
Paris, you
then
say?
He does not the Paris, what was his name? He was driving with Thomas Wanha in Qatar, and he just kept on driving and didn't go into the pits. So he was actually holding up like
Yeah, so
the
what
complete
Paris did?
pack.
No?
Actually, it's probably a little bit too long ago, but yes, kinda.
Yeah.
But now Marcelian is staying out in probably the hopes of blocking Seagull and Janneman. And then we will see if Rapid is able to catch up now.
Rapid lost 2 seconds on Fanta.
Marcelian in the pits, not going for the strategy
Yeah,
I
okay.
thought they are going
No,
for.
to be fair, you're just willingly sacrificing a safe P3 or 4 with that, if you're actually going for it. And still hope that your pace is just better, which is honestly not unlikely, being Rapid.
That is true. But he has to get
He is going to catch his teammate here, I think. Yeah, they're coming out
that's
side by
definitely
side.
They are not. Wait. No, never mind. I just saw the V-Carb dot looking almost the same
Yeah.
on the map. This is now Rapid gained like half a second on Seagull and Janneman.
Nah, pretty sure he didn't. There's
Maybe I'm
like,
just talking,
it's
but
like 7.5 seconds now. I think he lost a second.
let's see if maybe if there's a safety car, one of them is going on softs again. Maybe. But this race is very calm, and I don't think there will be a safety car. I think the biggest accident was MQ and Lauda wheel-banging, going side by side into turn 1, and Lauda taking the wider line outside of the track.
And Lauda's currently fighting with Fanta. And Yalk is holding up Believe. So this is, I mean, I guess this is good for Rapid. For at least catching up to these guys. And then afterwards there's only Seagull and Janneman to worry about. And Lauda is...
lost the front wing.
Yeah, he spun at the same spot.
And he is stuck.
Is he
That
stuck?
That might turn into a full course yellow.
Lol,
Because he is
okay,
stuck.
that's kind of fucked up. How does he not get out of there? What?
He probably just beached himself on a, I don't know.
Parked in a dangerous location. Okay, cool. Yeah, Lauda's just gone, I guess.
That is an interesting way to end the race. But he still had probably... I'm not sure about the other races, but for me, he did the overtake of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that one was... it was a little bit lunatic, but it's respectable for sure.
4 people on one straight. That has to be one of the best overtakes this season. If not the best. But because of that, a rapid got very close.
Yep, and Yalk stands no chance. Lauda just with the soul clown emoji. Yeah, it was definitely one of the moments of all time. I can't lie. So, Rapid now closing up to Fanta and Belief. This has definitely gained him some time overall, I think. Now it's only 6 seconds, I guess, again.
60 laps to go and 6 seconds is possible for Rapid. I believe in him. It can work.
Yeah, question is when he does go for it. I mean, now we're in the realms of people who can actually drive sort of quick. Even though Believe they kinda just opened the door for him. And he gladly took it, of course.
He's definitely the fastest driver in Formula Sundays right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much doubt about that regardless. Actually, I'm not entirely sure how he hasn't won more championships. Maybe Seagull is just the GOAT. Honestly, Seagull is probably the Formula Sundays GOAT. Pretty much undisputed. On the amount of titles.
Won the most championships.
Yeah. So, Rapid up to P3. Took him a while to get there. But, of course, he had to work through a lot of traffic. So let's see where he brings us now with Fanta, Belief, Emils and Marcellian in his slipstream.
Emils doesn't have the chance for the podium, but he has the chance of P4. It's very reachable for him, and Marcellian, and also Marcellian.
Yeah, I mean, like, as said, I feel like Rapid P3 is pretty much safe and sound. But whatever happens between P4 to 7 remains to be seen. Jannemann and Seagull are getting scared, though, apparently.
I say P5 to 7, because right now Belief has the penalty.
Yeah, fair. But it's P4 to 6 then, I guess, because he's guaranteed 7.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. Rapid right now not catching up. He might need to actually switch places with Belief in the DRS, trying to catch up to Seagull and Jannemann.
He definitely has to hope that Seagull and Jannemann start fighting a lot. But I don't think either of them is stupid enough to throw away their race win like that.
Yeah, I don't think that either. If they're just going to make it safe, and then...
It's such a long race though. I guess the safety car here could dice things up as well. You could probably pit for mediums here, I'd say.
It's hard. It's easier to decide if you're further back in the field. Because for Rapid, if he pits and Jannemann and Seagull don't, then He just gave up so much.
Yeah.
He just has to do the same thing that Seagull does.
I mean, no, he needs to hope for everybody around him pitting up until Cherry.
Yeah.
He does not really care about Jannemann and Seagull too much because they will be close down to the field anyways. So they've lost half a second swapping position this time around. Not the greatest sign, honestly.
I guess Jannemann and Seagull will bring this home safely. If nothing happens, like a safety car, then I think this will be the 1, 2, 3. Or the first 3. I don't know if Seagull or Jannemann will win the race, but I don't think either that something crazy is happening.
I mean, Jannemann is kind of on a hot streak, I guess. Except last race, of course, where he was like 4th or something. But beforehand he won 2 races, which is like probably half of the races he ever won in a Formula Sundays. I mean, he's not in championship contention really anymore, but can always go higher. Let's have a little look at Yalk maybe. He has fresh mediums. Probably gonna overtake Bats here in a second. Oh.
Oh, that's a little bit too far to the right side.
Yeah, was probably caught off guard by the defensive move.
This section of the track is not good for going side by side or trying to overtake someone because it's just so small and thin.
I think you're better off going around the outside there, actually.
But definitely taking the corners very close to the inside and not give the room for Jarek to overtake.
Yeah, but I don't think he can defend 98% battery.
I don't think so either. He definitely has the tire disadvantage here. And now DRS and DRS. This should be an overtake for Jarek.
Yeah.
Looks like Astral does not try to overtake him again. But NQ is going behind Butts now with DRS. Maybe he has enough DRS. He's trying going from the outside.
Backing
Not
out
enough
of that.
space there.
What's happening here? I guess they gained a tiny amount on Jannemann and Seagull.
Like half a second.
Yeah, but apart from that, I think Fanta has gotten past belief. He will probably not have an easy time defending towards the later stages of the race, given the 5-lap tire disadvantage he has against Marcian, for example.
That is definitely true.
Oh, caution, Sector 3.
Yellow flag in Sector 3.
That is Cherry going
Cherry
slow.
is slow.
Must have spun there.
Giving him more battles, of course.
Yeah, I mean, he lost 3 positions, I guess you can say. Makes the race more interesting for him. But yeah, he would have probably preferred to just keep these 3 positions.
Is still able to make it back to the points if he overtakes NQ here.
The
But,
question is, of course, what is his penalty count? 6 seconds. Gonna be a little bit tight. He really needs to get Yalk, and that's gonna be tough because Yalk has a good tire.
This is actually very unlucky for Sherry then. Jannemann is maybe going for the overtake on this straight here. Rapid is not able to close the gap anymore.
I mean, he's pretty much alone out there when there's no DRS swapping, which apparently is not the thing in the group he's running right now.
Fanta might be able to try to fight Rapid for the third, for P3 to the end of the race, but that might just be a little bit too much to try to make it a better end result for only getting P3. Eric almost in the DRS window again, but he just barely scraps at it and can't get in there. He now he's now 1 second behind. He might be able to get in. Sherry got his third penalty, is 9 seconds now. He is definitely out of the points. Even Eric is in front of him now. And Eric definitely in the DRS. Might go for the overtake on the next DRS zone. He has enough ERS to close the gap.
I think still a little bit too far back. Just too risky to go for a move.
Now just maybe forcing Butts to make a mistake.
He tried to go, or thought about going side by side there, but has not been given that option.
He forced him to make a mistake. Late braking by Butts here. Just barely missed the braking point, but doesn't give Eric an opening to overtake. Eric and Butts with the contact here. Giving Butts a little bit of room now, but still. Eric with 70% ERS.
Main advantage Butts got here now is that he closed up to Cherry enough to be back in the DRS. So it's not going to be entirely defenseless when the Eric attack inevitably comes.
But Butts also again with the not an optimal line into the first corner, so Eric actually able to close up, going for the inside. I would not have thought that would be a smart idea.
Yeah.
Now getting contact with Butts and spinning out of the track.
I mean, it was definitely a bold move. I guess it makes sense that you want to have the inside because it's super strong into turn 4. You're basically never going to get the position when you're on the outside. But then at some point you have to ask yourself, is the inside maybe not too tight at this point to go for a reasonable move here?
I probably would have said the inside is not that bad, but like his move was... The only reason his move was actually bad was because of Sherry.
Yeah, fair. Against Butts it was probably alright, that is true. But then there's just Cherry parked in front of you and you can't really do anything.
Rapid and Fanta losing time to Jannemann and Seagull.
Yeah, Fanta overshot his braking in turn 1, costing them time in the center S. And then Rapid had to wait, of course, until he could go back past with the DRS on the second straight. 6 more laps, it's not much more at all. These laps are flying around here. It's going very quick. One of the... might be the shortest track, honestly. Apart from Monaco, maybe.
Austria.
Oh yeah, Austria. Yeah, Austria is also 3 seconds shorter or so. 4, maybe.
I think 1 minute 2 seconds is what I think.
Well, I would.
Or 1 minute 3, 1 minute 4.
3, but yeah, fair. Oh, okay, no.
Retired that might put Sherry into the points if he can.
I wonder why though. I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't terrible. He would have still gotten P7 regardless, even with the pit stop here.
Cherry only needs half a second on Eric to give him points. Give him the 1 point he wants. He's not fighting for it.
I'm fairly certain he's gonna lose it to Mofa then anyways.
I forgot about... no.
9 seconds to Mofa.
Yes, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, no. He's losing that. I forgot about Mofa. And my math was not good enough to put Mofa into the range of
equation.
cherries.
Mofa is actually cooking here, I guess. He's gonna be P9 if nothing else happens down there.
Hunter now in front of Rapid.
No. Question is for how long. Rapid has already overtaken him in the middle sector once.
One mistake by Fanta or Rapid and Marcelian and Emils are through. And this might be a very, very close finish. Just for P3. Everything is still open for all 4 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Rapid alone does not have the pace to catch up to Jannemann and Seagull, which is no surprise, honestly. Because swapping with DRS probably gives you like 2 or 3 tenths per straight, and there is Fanta gone.
Fanta was the mistake.
Yeah, good catch, but it's still, yeah, now positions for Emils and Marcelian.
Emils now through.
Nice.
Almost. Marcelian gets the defect at the outside.
Yeah,
Keeps the
left
position.
enough space there for the AlphaTauri. And this gives
Now
Rapid
made it
some
out of the DRS.
room to breathe here. Eagle just threw 2P1 again, no big surprise.
Marcelian very close to Rapid. It needs only Fanta is a little bit further behind, but still in the DRS train. Emils might go for the move here. He's catching up slowly, but not going for the move, staying behind Marcelian. Eric now again in the DRS window off, but he might be looking for a move again. Didn't work out the last time, but maybe the next try will work out and he will gain a position on Butts.
Yeah, I mean, this time around it's only one driver to fight. Yeah, I believe saying in the Discord this was about as enjoyable as I thought a Brazil race to be. So definitely not his favorite track. And so I guess it was just enough for tonight for him. Oh, it is only 2 more laps for the leaders here, and now for Rapid and the others here as well.
Emils missing his braking point, almost crashing into Marcelian.
Yeah, there was a
But
tiny
just a
tap.
little
Yeah,
just a little contact there, yes.
taking some points off the rear wing. Better drag for the final lap.
Eric with the next 3-second penalty actually puts him
And behind
Still
Cherry
behind
again,
Cherry.
I guess. So yeah, Cherry and Eric would drop out of the points with this standing here.
right now. That would mean that Mofa will be P9.
Yep.
Butts would be P10 and Eric and Cherry would share 9 and... No, 11 and 12.
Yeah. So Seagull. Right. Jannemann's rear light was flickering. Okay, last lap. So, I guess P2 is where you want to be, ideally. I wonder if Seagull even wants to go through here already. I think you probably want the DRS on the final straight.
I think the best way is to compromise Janema for Seagull to win. This is compromise the entry of the last corner, so he has a very slow exit, and then just use your speed because you have the better line to just overtake him.
I mean, Seagull has
At the beginning of
40% more ERS, so I think Jannemann is gonna get cooked, I'm afraid. Unless Seagull makes some sort of mistake here, costing him major time.
That would mean that Seagull is 24 points ahead of Rapid if he wins this race.
Let's see it.
No, 23.
Finish is coming up.
Sorry.
Yeah, and he is just flying through. Just about takes it.
But with another 3-second time penalty, might putting him behind Sherry now.
Oh my god. Definitely.
Oh, contact with Eric.
Yep. Yeah, Seagull once more. I think he has won like 2 or 3 races like this in Brazil already. But yeah, that probably settles it for the championship. Unfortunately for Rapid, really.
Only if Seagull does not end the next race, doesn't get more than 2 points, then Rapid still has a chance. But now on P11, Sherry actually made it on to P10, giving him this 1 point he wanted. And Rapid definitely deserved driver of the day.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
the most overtakes and the best performance.
So, regardless, we have Seagull, Jannemann, and Rapid on the podium. And yeah, good performance by Seagull, I guess. Again, very tactical, well calculated win coming out here, gaining 9 points on Rapid overall to the previously 14 points he had the advantage. So it's basically, even if Rapid drives the last race and wins, Seagull only needs to come home 8th and he's gonna have it. So yeah, regardless, you see the classification here. Yeah, thank you all for being here tonight. And from the two of us, I guess there's not much left to be said other than yeah, see you next week. Enjoy your evening.
Have a good night. Bye bye.